Stand 21 brought me out along with the SAE SoCal region to talk about electric vehicle safety as it pertains to racing. There's a lot of hunger for knowledge when it comes to both electric vehicles and how to handle the hazards associated with electric vehicles, and how does that translate into motorsport. Just excitement about welcoming EVs into motorsport, and trying to stay ahead of the technology and making electric vehicle racing as safe as conventional racing is now, from what we've learned through the 70s in Formula One and through the heyday of NASCAR and sports car racing. We've learned a lot over the years in those forms of motorsport, and now we're in the position to do that same thing, but with electric vehicles.
I came here today to represent Motivo in high voltage safety seminar that was organized by Stand 21. Met a lot of cool people from the motorsports industry. Learned a lot about what problems they're having and how they just don't have enough knowledge about EV safety and high voltage safety especially.
Where there is a car, there will be people trying to figure out how to make it faster and more powerful. So I think we're there now. I know we've got people trying to hot rod, out of the showroom electric vehicles. Plus you can buy electric crate motors and, all the parts you need to build your own electric vehicle. So it's happening now, and I think we're really close to having that symbiotic relationship between the builders and the enthusiasts and the sanctioning bodies and the tracks and the organizers. We're really close to being in harmony. Formula SAE Electric, I am the electrical safety advisor for the team at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. And so I took a few minutes to look over the car behind us here. It's exciting. I love living vicariously through the students that are working on these EV projects. I mean, you get a group of undergrads together that are hand building these battery packs and doing their own system integration. When you think about it, it's really crazy what these students are able to do in Formula SAE. I'm super impressed with what California Baptist has done, and I'm certainly extremely proud of what our students at Charlotte have put together for this year, and I can't wait to see them at competition. And I think it's great because obviously the industries are all going toward all electric, so the experience that the students are getting working on these electric Formula SAE cars is it's a very valuable skill that the industry is going to be clamoring for, and that already is, really.
Vehicle here, looked at the motor and the inverter and the batteries. The design looks really neat, though, especially the wire harness. They seem to have put a lot of effort into making it robust. They've used the right connectors, they've used the right interfaces. The only thing that I was kind of surprised by was they were using an Arduino as a controller. So I was just telling them that, hey, there's more automotive-rated VCUs that they could probably go to that are still not that expensive to make their system a little bit more robust. EVs, right, it's not like internal combustion engines where you can build something in your garage. Like the kind of advanced technology you need to wind a motor or to make an inverter or even a battery pack for that matter is not something that you can do. So my suggestion is, there's a lot of websites like EV West or Summit where you can mostly buy a pack and a motor and an inverter that kind of has all of that built in, and then all you're doing is designing kind of the interfaces. There is still safety aspects of that, but now you're starting at a much farther off point, and you're going to be probably safer doing that and more successful with whatever you're trying to achieve while using those kind of parts. So that's kind of my suggestion there as well. I think my biggest takeaway was how many myths are still there with respect to EVs, especially with motorsports, and it seems like there's just a lot of people are just very hesitant to put these EVs on the track, and it sounds like all that is really needed is some quick education on how to make sure the car is safe before it even goes on the track, and once it's on the track, what are some ways we can make it so that it's safe while it's running on the track, and then after the race, what are a few things you need to do to make sure that it's ready to ship back. So it's really glad to be here, and hope to come back here next year.